Nuvacor, because your special project deserves a new, unique surface. The following video will assist fabricators and installers in the planning, fabrication, and maintenance of Nuvacor decorative surfacing material. It's also intended to help architects, interior designers, and builders to take full advantage of this innovative product. So what exactly is Nuvacor? Available in vertical, horizontal, and vertical forming grades, Nuvacor is a backside-treated, high molecular weight methacrylate or polycarbonate sheet that combines the reflective gloss and other visual attributes typical of hand-lacquered surfaces with high performance characteristics and straightforward fabrication techniques. Nuvacor is recommended for retail, medical, residential, interior design applications, and wherever a highly polished appearance and clarity of reflection is a desirable part of the design concept. While 90% of our production is in a high gloss finish, we also offer semi-gloss and matte finishes in the acrylic-based sheets, and gloss and matte finishes in the polycarbonate-based sheets. As we prepare for fabrication, there are a few things you should know. All Nuvacor sheets come with our proprietary high-performance NU100 self-adhesive peel and stick back. This adhesive back was developed to address environmental issues by eliminating the VOCs emitted from using solvent-based contact cements during fabrication. Nuvacor's adhesive back also saves time and labor costs during application and cleanup. Nuvacor should always be bonded to substrates such as plywood, medium-density fiberboard, particle board, or metal, and can be applied directly to plastered walls, gypsum wallboard, or concrete walls, as long as those surfaces are as smooth as possible, clean, and free of dust, dirt, oil, wax, or grease. Two-sided melamine board is also used as a substrate with good results. And remember this note: never apply any adhesives to the back of the Nuvacor adhesive-backed sheets. A note about safety. Use care when handling Nuvacor sheets. Sharp or burred edges can cause cuts. Always wear eye protection when cutting, sanding, or routing, and work in a well-ventilated area. Cutting, routing, sanding, and edge buffing generate nuisance dust. If you have any additional concerns, please review our safety data before beginning. So, what will you need to get started? The following will give you a checklist of tools and supplies, which can also be printed from the fabrication manual link on our website at nuvacor.com. As far as tools go, you'll need 2 routers, a trim router, and a beveling router, an edge sander, and for polishing, a high-speed drill. The following supplies can be found through McMaster Car Supply at mcmaster.com. Shank-mounted 4-inch diameter cotton polishing wheels, 5-inch diameter 100 grit sandpaper discs, 5-inch diameter 320 grit sandpaper discs, plastic cut 2.5 pound bar polishing compound, and plastic final polish bar. In the event that surface scratches develop either during fabrication or over time through normal wear and tear, there are a number of commercially available liquid polishing compounds that work very well with Nuvacor. A polishing liquid called Novus comes in 3 grades: Novus 3 for heavy, deep scratch removal, Novus 2 for fine scratch removal, and Novus 1 for general clean and shine. Please note, Novus 3 is not for use with the polycarbonate-based sheet. Novus products can be found at lotionsource.com. Another product is Finesse It by 3M, found at starmarinedepot.com. You'll also need 3 fluted trim bits. They give a smoother cut, eliminating potential invisible stress fractures in the material. 2 fluted trim bits can also be used, but should be used a little slower during the flush trimming process and beveling process in order to minimize the possibility of stress fracturing. When laminating Nuvacor to a subsurface that is not perfectly smooth, dust-free, and clean, it is highly recommended that our NU 1386 waterborne Nuvastick adhesive be used on the subsurface only. Nuvastick is available in gallon, 5-gallon, and 55-gallon containers. While other contact cement type adhesives should work, it is important to remember the following. Adhesives should be translucent or nearly clear to provide an inconspicuous glue line. Compatible with Nuvacor and recommended substrates. Available in spray, brush, and roller grades. If you are going to use a solvent-based type, it is imperative that the solvents be allowed to fully flash off, and the adhesive should become dry to the touch before adhering Nuvacor to the subsurface. do not trap solvents between the subsurface and the Nuvacor sheet. When using a non-flammable, waterborne adhesive, the higher the rubber content, the better the results will be. Nuvacor does not recommend using adhesives that contain methylene chloride or a higher than normal content of acetone. For specific information on adhesive options, please refer to the Fabrication manual at nuvacor.com. A good quality citrus cleaner is perfect for cleaning the surface of Nuvacor sheets if contact cement or other surface adhesive is oversprayed. Use with a good quality paper towel like Bounty or with a cotton rag. Windex or another glass cleaner can be used to give the surface a final cleaning, but be sure that the glass cleaner has been fully cleaned off and the surface is dry to the touch. Once supplies and tools are organized and all prep work has been done, it's now time to begin the fabrication process. The following will give you clear steps for fabrication. When working with acrylic-based sheet product, the following 14 fabrication steps apply. Most of the steps are the same for polycarbonate-based sheets, with a few exceptions that will be reviewed in a bit. Step 1. Verify that sheet color and grade are as specified. Step 2. Cut material to size. Through testing, we've determined that the best sawing results are achieved by cutting Nuvacor with a 10-inch, 5-degree positive rake, 80-tooth modified triple chip blade, allowing a 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch overhang for a flush trim. Step 3. Apply Nuvastick NU1386 waterborne adhesive to wood or substrate surface panel edges only. This can be brushed on, rolled on, or sprayed on. As an alternative, a quality edge bander and hot melt adhesive may also be used to apply a commonly available edge banding tape to door or top edges. Nuvacor edge strips can then be cut, the back peel and stick release paper removed, and the Nuvacor edge strip applied with pressure to the edge banded side without the need to use additional adhesive. NU100 self-adhesive backed Nuvacor adheres very aggressively to the smooth, clean surface of edge banding tape, as well as pre-finished melamine boards. Remember that if adhesive cleanup is required, a solvent such as isopropyl alcohol may be used carefully. However, a good quality citrus cleaner is the preferred solution. Step 4. Peel the release paper from the back of the Nuvacor strip and apply Nuvacor to panel edges. Flush trim using a 3-fluted carbide-tipped ball-bearing guided trim bit. A 2-fluted bit can also be used. Step 5. After flush trimming to ensure that the Nuvacor edge is even with the wood panel, it is recommended that a belt sander be used to evenly sand the Nuvacor edge and wood to an even height. Use caution as belt sanders can be aggressive in their cutting power and speed. The same result can also be achieved by running pieces through an automated sander. Step 6. Apply a couple of light, even applications of our waterborne Nuvastick NU1386 or a non-pigment translucent contact cement adhesive to the subsurface. Allow the adhesive to completely flash off excess solvents and become dry to the touch. Only after the subsurface is dry to the touch will you adhere the two pieces. As an alternative, if you use a pre-finished melamine board, black or white, you can eliminate the need to apply a layer of adhesive to the subsurface before applying the NU100 backed Nuvacor sheet. Step 7. Peel the release paper from the back of the Nuvacor panel, being careful to keep the adhesive film clean of dust or wood particles. Next, apply the Nuvacor panel to the subsurface face, allowing a minimum of 1/8 inch overhang. Please note, if adhering a larger sized panel, do not remove the entire release paper from the back of the sheet. Simply remove approximately 8 inches on one short side, resting the release paper covered Nuvacor panel on the adhesive covered subsurface. Once your panel is centered, apply pressure to the exposed 8-inch section where the release paper has already been peeled back. Once that section of your panel is secured, continue peeling back the rest of the release paper as you apply pressure to the Nuvacor panel, making sure that it is firmly secured to the subsurface. Step 8. Router the Nuvacor panel overhang using a flush-cut router carbide bit. Step 9. Bevel edges using a 45-degree carbide 2-fluted chamfer profile router bit. Step 10. Sand edges with a dual action or orbital sander. The first pass will use 100 grit or 80 micron paper, while the second pass will use a 320 grit or 40 micron paper. It's best to sand just below the joining line, where the top meets the Nuvacor edge banding. Step 11. Buff edges with an inline polisher or high-speed drill with a buffing wheel attachment. Apply rouge to the buffing wheel and buff until sanding marks are completely removed. Step 12. Polish edges to high gloss using a clean cotton buffing wheel. Edges must be polished to bring out Nuvacor's full depth and appearance. Step 13. Remove the face protective paper, clean, and inspect. Step 14. It is possible that after sanding and polishing edges, a white line may be visible at the seam. To camouflage the seam, use a standard indelible color marking pen in a color to match the Nuvacor. Clean off excess ink after drying with a clean cloth slightly dampened with a denatured alcohol or citrus cleaner. As mentioned earlier, when working with the polycarbonate-based sheet product, there is one exception to the fabrication process we just reviewed. Polycarbonate will friction burn more easily than acrylic, so care should be taken. Due to the thinness of the material, you'll ignore the 45-degree beveling step. To finish edges, you can use an orbital sander starting with a 320 grit abrasive, then proceed to a 600 grit abrasive, slightly rounding over the edge to soften the look and feel of the hard edge. Then lightly buff the edge with a liquid compound like 3M's Finesse It or Novus 2. Congratulations! You've completed a typical fabrication process with one of the most unique and versatile surfacing products available. For a complete list of resources and printable instructions, please visit us at Nuvacor.com to download our fabrication manual. And thank you for choosing Nuvacor. Nuvacor, because your special project deserves a new, unique surface.